Hear me just okay. Well, all right, we'll get started. So, thank you all for coming out to the 2024 Summer Team Reveal. There's just a couple of items that we're going to start off first. It's going to be real quick, about 10 minutes or so, and we'll actually do the reveal itself. All right. So for today, we're going to go over just a reminder for everyone our mission and vision. Just a reminder about the Minnesota Dodgeball culture and our focus on DEI. Some core reminders about our league and expectations. And then we'll do the team reveal as well as shirts reveal. Then we'll do a group photo and then let you all hang out with your team for the rest of the time. Are we happy? So just at a high level, just to remind everyone what the mission of Minnesota Dodgeball is, we're hoping to create opportunities for players of all ages and skill levels to participate in recreational and competitive dodgeball, fostering a strong and inclusive community while celebrating the joy and spirit of the sport. And what the vision of the company is that we in Minnesota want to become that North Star of dodgeball standard by prioritizing integrity, talent, and honesty, and to really develop players that can compete at a national and possibly global level. So when people think about Minnesota players, they think of us as honest players who play extremely well. And I think we've been doing a really fantastic job at that. And a lot of the strategy, a lot of the things that we're going to be launching in the next year is really going to align ourselves with USA Dodgeball and making sure that we try to achieve this vision here. So just know that we have our mission statement on our website. If you want to understand what Minnesota Dodgeball is all about, just refer to our mission. Again, every season we like to emphasize our diversity, equity, and inclusion statement. The only way that we can become an organization that is inclusive and accepting about it is to really make sure that our players really strongly believe in our DEI statement. So just understand that we are always trying to be inclusive, making sure that we uplift voices that can sometimes be forgotten. So please make sure that we're always practicing DEI. A couple of reminders about our culture. Safety and community first. It's not fun to see people hurt on the dodgeball court. It's not fun to see somebody having a really tough time because they kind of broke their ankle, their arm, or all that. So please don't, when you're on the dodgeball court, I'm so afraid of this microphone at all. So nervous. Just know that whenever you're on the dodgeball court, just don't do anything that's so risky that jeopardizes your safety. Prioritize joy over competition. I know we all love the sport. We all love being competitive, but don't do it at the expense of the joy of others, the joy of you playing the sport. Just think about how you can uplift your teammates more than anything else. If you all know what Strength Finders is, one of my strengths is includer, and I'm always trying to find ways to include others, especially as new players coming to like a different sport that they may not have played before. It can feel very intimidating to walk in to an already pre-established community. So I encourage every one of you to include new players, include those who may be a little bit more shy, introverted, just to make sure that people are feeling included on the team in any capacity possible. It's really hard to step into that new community. So just want to emphasize that. Be lifelong coaches. We're always teaching each other how to play the sport, teach people how to get better, develop new skill sets. So just encourage you to be lifelong coaches. And whether you're playing in a Minnesota Dodgeball League or at an event, or even when you're not at a Minnesota Dodgeball event, you're going to be considered a role model. So your actions, your behavior is going to be reflected on us. So make sure you're acting in the best interest. Just make sure you're acting as a good role model. And then ultimately, just have fun. Like these are some of my favorite photos here. You see how everyone's smiling? Just enjoying the spirit of the sport. This is what we want. This is what Minnesota Dodgeball is all about, our community, our culture. So keep embracing the fun of the sport here. Some league reminders, and then we'll do the team review after this. Read the rules. Like it can be really frustrating to play against players who may not understand the rules or may not know what the rules are. So the rules are posted on the website. If you have any confusion about the rules at all, please ask the captain, please ask one of our admin team members. We'd love to kind of educate you on what the rule is. Same thing with the honor system. Again, to achieve our vision or to achieve our mission, we want to make sure that we are always acting honestly on the court. So if you get hit, please go out, even if it's a finger, especially if it's like a finger block. Always go out. If you see a teammate get hit, tell them to go out. And if you're a teammate who got told that you got hit, listen to your teammate, because they probably saw something that you didn't. So I encourage you all, I expect you all to follow the honor system. Same thing with aggressive behavior. Don't follow the aggressive behavior, I mean. Just know aggressive behavior is not tolerated. So I don't want no punches at all against somebody. Don't cross the line. Just don't demonstrate any aggressive behavior because that will be a red card and we will probably not welcome you back to the organization. Refs are not there to really make calls. They are there to make sure everyone is playing safely and to keep the games going. But they are not going to be able to see everything at all. These refs are also volunteers, so they're taking time out of their day, the evening, just to help the organization. So please, it's up to really the team to make the calls and facilitate each other and to keep the game moving. But refs are not there to make calls, so I want to emphasize that. We have several communication channels: Discord, Facebook, Instagram, email. It's a lot, but we also have a lot of age demographics here that I'm trying to cater to. Some people love email, some people love Instagram, some people love Discord. I can't accommodate you all, but I'm trying to. But just know that we have all these different channels, so if you're missing information, check out one of these communication channels. League shirts. Each league is going to have their own T-shirt design that we're going to share at the end of the presentation. Also, each team, captain and a team, may decide to get their own team shirt, which is great for camaraderie, to build team cohesion. I encourage you, if you have the means, to definitely opt in to buy a shirt, but please do not feel pressured to, in any way, to get a team shirt. We know that you already invested money into playing the league. We know finances can be hard. So I just want to emphasize that you are not required to buy a team shirt. Some ways to kind of offset the cost would be doing it with a cheaper shirt design, or each team has a same color. So there's different options that you can do, but please do not feel obligated to get a team shirt. And the last bullet point is really for our veteran players. So one of the challenges that we've been having is sometimes it's a challenge with like new players and then returning players and trying to acclimate everybody into one single team. So I encourage everyone to remember that they all started as a new dodgeball player at some point in their dodgeball career. So I want you all to meet new players where they are at. So what this means is, if a player has a ball, I don't want to hear that you're taking a ball from a new player, or you're forcing them to give up a ball, right? I know there's strategy involved. I know there's strategy involved, and you can definitely encourage your new players to follow strategy, to position themselves where they need to be. But just try not to get into that practice of taking the ball away at all, which honestly has not been happening, but we want to make sure that everyone is feeling included, they feel comfortable playing the sport and not being chastised for doing something wrong. Because it is a hard game to learn when you are starting out. And dodgeball is also not about over-strategizing as well. So don't feel like you have to over-strategize so much. If a new player, if somebody throws a ball that's not part of your strategy by accident, it's okay, right? Especially during the regular season. Just try to focus on having fun as opposed to following strategy day in and day out. That said, very important part. Last slide. If there's injuries can and may happen, right? If there is an injury on the court, refs will stop the game. Players, if the refs do not see it, please stop the game yourself. Really important to make sure that no further injuries happen because somebody got injured initially. If it's pretty severe, somebody take the lead and assign somebody to call 911 if needed. Locate your league manager or one of the admin team members. We have first aid kit. Each facility has an AED kit as well. So, and if anyone knows CPR, feel free to please use CPR as needed. But we'll point out where the AED kit is for both facilities next time we're there. And then when you all registered, we did have a new thing in place, the concussion policy, a bunch of concussion resources. Playing dodgeball, the reality is you are at risk of getting a concussion either by hitting your head on the floor, the wall, or just getting hit by the ball really, really hard, I guess. The concussions are a reality, and we just want to make that known. So if you haven't reviewed the resources yet, or you want us to share the resources again, we'll be happy to. But just want to make that very clear that there is that risk. But ultimately, player safety is on top of priority, so we're doing everything that we can to make sure that you all don't get injured. With all that fun stuff out of the way, thank you to our sponsors, Modest, T-Hive, Marjan, Kyle, Holly, All right, so we're going to do the team reveal now, everybody. So how this is going to work is Jeffy and I are going to alternate between the Lavender League and the Co-Ed League. And then each captain, you all just stand up, give a wave to everyone here. We have some captains who are not here right now, so they may have a video that will play in their absence. And then what I can do is photos. We want to keep this going, so we'll do photos at the very end once you're over 15.
We're going to start with Lavender. We're going to be alternating. First captain up. So all the captains are going to stand. The players, you don't have to come up front. If you want to stand when you see your name, you can. But we're just going to have the captains at least stand. So our first team up. If I click the right button. Little Poisoned Apple. Apple to the door. You have to keep saying it. All the other captains can sit down. We got On, Evan, Jen, Justin, Kit, Michael, Sarah, Thomas, Tori, Kai, and Wade. Slay.
All right. For the Co-Ed League, our first captain is Mr. Is called Beauty and the Beast Mode. And on this team we have David Yang, David Kastner, Eric, Gavin, Heidi, Perloy, Rachel, and Tanner.
Next up, no one to tell us no. Kelly. We got Jesse, Kyle, Nick, Paul, Tanner, and Zach.
Alright, next up, we got Will Buck. team.
Hey everyone, this is Will Buck. I'll be one of the captains this summer for the Co-Ed League. Our team will be called Goldie Blocks and the Throw Bears in our fairy tale theme. And very excited to be playing with all of you. For those who don't know me, I've been around the Minnesota dodgeball scene for quite a while. I took a team to a couple of national tournaments in trampoline dodgeball back in the early teens, including some appearances on Fox Sports North and ESPN3. And these days, I mostly just play for fun. I like to play good strategy, and I like to get everyone involved and keep a positive environment. And hopefully we'll all have a good time doing that. I'm looking forward to meeting you all. See ya.
The Shrekking Ball. We've got Brandon, Ben, Edgar, Matt, Patrick, Ryan, Spencer, Tanner, Tom, Tyler, and Zoya.
Alright, next up is Tanya. Her teammate is Bibbidi Bobbidi Booyah. On her team we have CJ, Drew, Harry, Hunter Fire, James, Keo, Paul, and Tori.
Let's go. Next up, Cheyenne Johnson's Throw Right and the 7 Dodgers. We've got AJ, Carly, Chris, Christopher, Cece, James, Flanders, John Blair, Jules, Mick, Nano, and Sonia.
All right, fourth team. Yes, one for Kyle. And this team is Puff, Puff, and Blow. On this team we have Carly, Joris, Kelly, Leah, Micah, Peter, Samson, and Terrence. Puff, Puff, Blow.
Next up, the Duloc Dodgers with Mandy.
Yeah.
Caroline, Jack, Mistress, Dave Yang, Grace, John, Kevin, Kieran, Libby, Tori, and Zach Schneider.
Alright, and our last co-ed team with Josh right here, Rugged Maniac. His team is called the Dodgy Duckling. And on his team is Anderson, Ellie, Grace, Jeffy, Lane, Logan, Mitch, Steven, and Tyler. And he is not able to join us tonight, but he has a 3-minute video.
Oh, hey, didn't see you there. Hello, fellow mammals. Welcome to America. Or if you're from America, welcome to the party. More importantly, if you're a member of my team, then welcome to the Dodgy Ducklings. I tried to select all of you, but they said I can't do that. Just like they said I can't draft Ben. So if you're not a Dodgy Duckling, I apologize. This will be the winning team. I know I've selected the perfect combination to defeat Taser, Carl Zarichnikov, Jonathan Walker, and Scrooge McDuck himself, Benjamin Rattle. I've been training for this with a passion of 1,000 fierce balance. As you can see by my enormous muscles. Enormous muscles. We will defeat them using great techniques like the Flying V formation. And of course, Aflac and I. We will refrain from using duct tape unless despicable measures call for it. We'll make Huey, Dewey, and Louie proud as we squeak out victory after victory. Yep, yep, yep. Now, enjoy the rest of the party. I'm sorry I couldn't be there. I was taking care of my duck. Duck, here. Thank you. Goodbye.
All right, and our last lavender team, the squad of tactical assault grandmas. Okay. We've got Alec, BJ, Casey, Christian, David Kastner, Emily, James Swanson, Jeffy, Petio, Jova, and Tom Waltz. And now it's time for the shirt reveals. I just want to say, so the designer this season was Jacob Dismore. He has played on the Lavender League last season. He's a big part of the Minnesota Gay Flag Football League, and he designed some pretty cool shirts. Especially, I love the lavender one, especially because of how much of what your lavender shirt's going to look like I saw at Pride this year. So here are the shirts. We've got co-ed and lavender.
So the shirts should be coming by the first week of matches, if not the second week. So we'll distribute them. Yeah.
Anything else?
I think that is it. So now it's just a group photo time, and then y'all can just spend the rest of the time here, just mingling with your team, with each other, and just having a great time. Thanks to all for coming out. This new time this afternoon.
Y'all can gather up.